So she's doing that, and Mickie James is doing that too. So, and basically both of them are getting, I mean, one of them was fired and the other one's getting trashed on national television.
And Maria had just won, like, the Diva of the Year, the Diva of the Deck, whatever the hell that was. She just got done winning that too, so that was kind of strange as well.
And on the Raw show that they did a couple of what was it called? The
Slammies?
Yeah, the Slammy Awards that they did. So, yeah, that was a surprising one. But we'll talk about the releases and all that good stuff at some point during this radio broadcast.
Don't say telecast.
I know. I caught myself. But, all right, I guess we'll talk about Monday Night Raw from last night. You went back and watched this, right?
I downloaded it afterwards and watched it. I skipped some stuff, but I saw pretty much everything. It was a good show, actually, man.
What's up with Stern, man? You're a huge Stern mark. I saw something today on TMZ before we get into Raw where, Jesus, man, he doesn't like Leno.
No, he's never liked Leno, man. He would go on Letterman and trash him all the time. He trashes him on his show all the time. Well, what happened is he had a guy named Stuttering John that worked for him, and he would go out to, like, red carpet premieres and shit like that, and he would ask, like, really, really screwed up questions to celebrities just to piss them off, and then they would play the clips on the air and make fun of him and, all that stuff. But and he stuttered, so it was, it was beautiful for Stern. He takes all them wackos and makes, celebrities out of them. Right. So this guy worked for the show for like 15 years, 20 years, and Leno stole him. He went behind Stern's back and stole him without telling him. Blah 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 blah.
Is that what it is?
And Jay Leno's jaywalking. Have you ever heard of jaywalking? He stole that from Stern. They used to do it. It was called the homeless game on Stern, where they had regular people. They ask regular people on the streets like dumb questions to see how dumb they are. I guess that's what jaywalking is. I've never seen jaywalking. And then like Ross the intern, they stole that whole concept from Stern. And I guess they had chickens making football picks. They've done that on. So they've stolen a bunch of crap from Stern. So he just hates his guts.
Yeah, that's basically what he said this morning on the, I think he was on the CBS morning show or something like that.
The early show, yeah.
Yeah, the early show from his studio. But, Jesus, man, I mean, he tore Leno a new asshole, and I'm thinking, geez, man, something.
He's not shy about saying what he feels. I'm not going to lie. I come in here and I pretty much rip off Stern when I come here. I just focus it towards wrestling and MMA. I just speak my mind. That's it. Right,
no doubt. By the way, Leno, I put it up on the website. It wasn't wrestling news, but he drew a 5.0 rating last night, which is fucking nuts. But,
for late night, yeah, man.
Yeah, but the thing about it, dude, is, I mean, it was his return to late night, you know what I mean? And the Olympics were drawing huge ratings in that time slot before he came on. So everybody was interested to see his return. I bet you give that 1 or 2 weeks, and I bet you Letterman's right back on top. I
don't know, man. Leno was beating Letterman before they switched him to 10. That's why everybody thought it was weird.
No.
He was number one.
No, Letterman was beating Leno.
No. You can do some research, buddy, because Leno was winning his time slot, but they still got rid of him because I don't even know why they did it, but yeah, he was winning his time slot when he was at 11:30 against Letterman.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Look it up, man.
I'll take your word for it. But I thought Letterman had I don't know. But nonetheless,
they went back and forth for a while, but like the last few years before the 10 o'clock thing, Leno was winning.
Yeah. People in the chat say that Letterman was on top. I'll take your word for it, though. Whatever. But I mean, and then you had, I think Leno did a 5.0 and Letterman did a 3.0 or something crazy last night, which was the Letterman to do a 3.0 on a weekly basis. Pretty fucking good.
I dig Letterman. I'm more of a Letterman guy than you're more of a Leno guy, right? Like I like Conan better than all of them, but for 11:30, Letterman's my guy.
Yeah. Well, Conan needs to. Hopefully, Conan goes over to Fox.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea for him.
Hopefully, who knows? All right, so let's talk about Monday Night Raw. We got through all our plugs. What did you do over the weekend? Anything? I watched a Strikeforce show, Strikeforce Challengers on Friday night. They had a main event, 2 women. I know you heard otherwise, but I thought it was a pretty good show. That main event was pretty solid, man. It was
I haven't seen any of it, so I don't know.
Yeah, the main event was Sarah Kaufman versus somebody else. It was a pretty good women's bout for a Strikeforce Challenger show, you know what I mean? No UFC on Saturday, no pay-per-view on Sunday, so it was just kind of an off weekend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was out most of the weekend.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
Nothing
big. All right, Monday Night Raw from last night. You watched this earlier today, right?
Last night, yeah.
Word. We had a pretty good show from top to bottom, man. All the mic work was fairly well done. I kind of agree with you on the Brett Vince segment from Monday Night Raw, which I don't know, it just came across.
You know what I thought was really good on Raw last night was the Shawn Michaels Triple H promo at the beginning. That was awesome. Triple H did a great job there.
They opened it up with that. They had Shawn Michaels came to the ring and basically hypes his match at WrestleMania and says that the entire locker room thinks he's crazy. He's not going to beat Taker at WrestleMania. He's got no chance, everybody says. And he
challenged anybody who thinks that to come and say it to his face. And, of course, Triple H's music hit, and he came down and didn't say it. He said he doesn't think he can win. He knows he can win. And then he just went on a big rant about how he's missed a WrestleMania and they got to have one more piece of business. They're going to win the unified tag titles tonight, and there's 30 days before you have to defend your titles, and 28 days from last night will be the Raw following WrestleMania, and he knows, he's so sure that Shawn will beat Undertaker that because if Shawn loses, he's got to retire. He says, I know you're going to win so much that we'll win the titles tonight, and you will be there at Raw the next night to defend them before we have to vacate them because of the 30-day stipulation. So that was, I don't know, you had to see it, though. Just the way it was unfold. It was just a beautiful segment.
Yeah, it was perfect, man, especially the way that it ended where Triple H basically said we're going to defend the tag team titles tonight, and Shawn Michaels said,
we'll win them, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do then. We'll have a main event tonight. DX versus Miz and Big Show for the tag.
Show Miz.
Show Miz. Then we had there were some backstage segments, which was, it was all right at first.
I like the first one. The first one was all right.
But to have I'm just thinking the entire time, you've got a fucking midget that comes up, spikes a Fruit Loops or whatever the hell it was.
Lucky Charms. Because they have the what the hell do you call them? Leprechauns on the box, yeah.
Right. So we had a Lucky Charms box. So the midget comes up and spikes the cereal with some hallucinogen, some shrooms or something, dude, where they just go out and Cheech and Chong or somebody ate them. What was it, Tommy Chong. Yeah, Cheech went off with the Bella Twins, and then Tommy Chong ate the Lucky Charms, and then the camera got all distorted, and yeah. Right, and he started doing stuff.
Yeah, man, that guy's awesome.
Touching Eve's hair, and it was William Regal or something like that.
That was the second one, right? Yeah, 'cause I saw that coming a mile away because of the way the camera was angled. You could tell they were going to switch the body at one point, but it was all right. It was okay, but I kept thinking when I was watching it, like, this is a PG show, and you got this guy tripping off mushrooms that he spiked in a wholesome family cereal box, and then they go on out to the ring, and he's smoking the microphone like it's a blunt, and all this stuff. It's like, gee, dude, you're pushing drugs like it's cool. The kids watch this show.
Not only that, I know, it's PG one week, and then the next week it's not, you know what I mean? But
it's PG when it suits them.
If you see the story today, there was a story that came out today where there was something in a middle school where they were passing around cereal or some type of cereal that was spiked with marijuana brownies.
I read Meltzer had this thing in his post. I didn't click the link to read what the story was, but yeah, I saw that there was like something that actually happened with cereal and drugs mixed.
Something. Yeah, somebody just, DX3000 in the chat room. If you guys haven't seen it, you can check it out. He just posted the link, but something about something at a middle school or something. I don't know, dude. Just it was weird because it came off the heels of Monday Night Raw, and that story came out last night. So nonetheless, so they had various segments with Cheech and Chong, and they did this whole tripping out thing. It was interesting because they did a segment. They had Chavo Guerrero, Primo, and Carlito backstage, and you knew that they were going to.
And one of the divas, because they all had mustaches, and it was the funny joke was the diva had a mustache too, and then the Japanese dude, I guess it's Yoshitatsu, I'm not even sure, came in. He had the mustache, yeah.
And Santino came in. It was Santino's voice or something like
chicken.
that. Yeah. We had Randy Orton defeated Ted DiBiase by disqualification. This was match of the night, man. I mean, this was a very good match. We had it ended by DQ.
I skipped all the matches, so you got to cover that stuff.
Oh, really? All right. We had Cody Rhodes came out and attacked Randy Orton, and they had a 2-on-1 beatdown. It was Legacy over Orton, and then Orton fought back, and it basically, I don't know if it made him look weak, you know what I mean, but they did this beatdown, and then Orton was able to, I don't know, overcome the odds, you know what I mean, and get the revenge.
So he didn't look weak. He ended up, being the guy standing.
No, Orton didn't look weak, obviously.
Oh, Legacy, yeah, because I'm thinking now, Legacy it seems like they're an afterthought at this point because they're using all this momentum to turn Orton face and push him a little harder, and it's like Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes are about to be could have beens, or not has beens, but like could have beens pretty soon, because they're not gonna. What are they gonna do with them after this?
No,
once they're disassociated with Orton, I don't even know what they got to do. With each other.
Orton's a full-fledged face right now. Well, not there yet. But
he hasn't officially made the turn.
Yeah.
He hasn't done his promo or anything like that, but he's definitely acting like a face, and they're definitely giving him that sympathy babyface reactions when they are dastardly. And
we haven't seen Orton as a face in so long, but I you know what I mean, with this current gimmick. I mean, the current heel gimmick with Orton works tremendously. I mean, he's one of the top heels in WWE, so to turn him face, you know what I mean? I guess
but at the same time, it's one of those where he's the top heel, but even before all this, the crowd likes him. Like, even though they're supposed to hate him, and they boo when they're supposed to, and they still like him. You can just tell by the reactions, and like it's about that time